Do you really know about yourself? Do you know what is your strength?
I wanted to talk about this story at my comfort corner because this is quite intimate story for me, for myself, and I rarely talk about it. I got fired. Today, I'm going to share with you a tool that you can easily apply and how I use this tool became my strength to help people and to realize their dream. There are 4 chapters I break down to share with you, and I hope this video will help you to feel not alone.
My name is Wenjing. I'm an ink artist. I live in London. I was from Taiwan. I'm excited to have this opportunity to share my art with you.
Let's dive into it.
I asked my same question 5 years ago. Honestly, I didn't really know what was my strength at the time. I just knowing that working hard can help me to get a better work performance. I was wrong. Never made my boss happy. At the time, I worked at a corporate job back in Taiwan. I didn't know what was my strength. It was my dream job. Joining that new job, that corporation job, almost
ended up my whole art career.
During that job, I lost my confidence. I lost my faith about what I can do, what I can help the people. The 3rd month, I got fired. There's one tool finally I found. It was really useful. Since then, it changed the way I think about what I can do to using my strength. The first chapter, working harder on your weakness won't lead to success. It leads to burnout. In that they are consultancy job that I was pre-director, let's say, and I really need to use my strategic thinking in my job. And that was the job that I was a negotiator, pitched to different government institution and to give them a vision in the next 5 or 10 years, what they can do to transform their institution and how they can collaborate with other government institution to work together so to make the result of the project even more impactful. And that was the type of the job that I was doing, which was quite new concept. I knew when I started doing this job, I realized that this is strategic things that I can maybe work longer hours to give a good result for my job performance. I was wrong. By the 2nd month, my body starting screaming for help. I was scratching my thighs very often, and then until they bleed, became infected. I still keep working at that time, even though my body reaction was quite unusual, until I realized that my thigh became harder and that was like not my skin anymore. I decided to book a clinic, ask a doctor for help to see what happened to my thigh. Honestly, I never had this body reaction before. Even though I'm working so hard, at the end, my boss still didn't really like what I was doing, so I got fired. It was my first time. I never heard that my friend who worked at our corporate job got fired, and then I got fired by my dream job, which I feel it was such a bad record of my career. And at the time, I think getting fired from our consultancy is not really common thing, not like in technology industry. For art industry, it wasn't really that common, right? I wanted to share with you is that for people who are struggling with their life, their job, I want you to know it is normal to happen in any industry. I remember using more than 1 year to recover myself. I was sad and crying when I look at the window outside. My tears just brought out from my eyes without no reason. And I knew I was sick. Of course, now I'm like fully recovered. But when I look back at the time, it was hard. I don't even really mention this thing to my close friend because I feel it was such a shameful experience and I didn't want people to look down on me. So I would say when I got fired, that was kind of a silent year for myself to really deep down to think what I was good at. I have the opportunity to find this Gallup CliftonStrengths assessment. It's cost about 40 or 30 USD dollar. I got the result that at the time, basically they show you what is your top 10.
Let's look at the right hand side. They have 4 different colors and explain it to you what's the meaning. Look at my strength in the top 10. I have a 6 color that related to relationship. Only 1 is strategic thinking. I didn't have any influence on my top 10. When you look at the navigate bottom part, the green color, I have a 3, which I'm not really good at these.
By looking at that result, I wasn't sure that, oh, that was my strength. My strength, the first one was empathy. I really related to that strength because I'm the person who like to put myself in others' shoes to understand them. And this was my strength. But I realized that I was really bad at strategic thinking because that was like my number 33. So I was really bad at it. At the time when I look at this strength, I kind of understand that, okay, because of my corporate job is really related to strategic and how to share my input to other institutions. These two things wasn't my strength at all. I look at my strength, the top 5. I think that maybe I can do something with this. I have the opportunity to start my side hustle, which is online teaching languages, and I've become a mentor. At the beginning, I thought it was just like, 20 lessons per week as a side hustle. But in the second month when I started this online teaching, I became all of a sudden a full-time mentor because there's a lot of people book my lessons and I feel so fulfilled at the time. I really enjoy having one-on-one tutoring with my clients and to listen to their struggles and then to build a blueprint for them to follow the progress to my students, what they have improved. So that was my turning point. During my teaching career, I have a good example to share with you is that chapter 4. I built a repeatable system to help my conversion rate from, I think it's 78% to nearly 98%. At my corporate job, I was really bad at strategic thinking, but I knew that I really need to improve these skills over time. Now I become a freelancer teaching people online. So I needed to make sure my clients are feeling that they are improving so they become a long-term clients of mine. So every time I need to think about how to make sure that my students are happy with what they have learned and then how they know they are going to improve their skills over time. So this strategic thinking I break down into every time when I pitch to every client, and that small improvement every time helped me to change my conversion rate from 68 to 98%, which now I feel really proud of myself. Like after years of teaching online, I realized that I really enjoy teaching. I truly use my strength to help me to build a longer career, and this is a good career path for me. For example, I remember I helped one student who was a car designer and he worked at a technology company in Taiwan. When he joined my lesson, he told me that he signed up for my course because when he had a business trip to the USA, he wasn't really fluent in English at the time. The immigration asked him like few questions, but he didn't really speak English that well. He got to a small room that the immigration think that you are a suspicious person, and then you will be bring it to that room. And then he was in that room, or I guess no one wanted to be in that situation. Now I work with him more than 2 years now. He's still in the same technology company, but he got promoted as a project manager and then working with international clients. For example, last year he has a business trip to the States and then to represent their company. He was really confident to speak with the clients and then looking back, what is my value? What kind of value I can provide it to my client? And that made me feel happy to really thinking about what I can bring even more using my strength to help people. Looking at this example I just shared, I think what I teach is not just about ability that bring these skills into their life, but also there's systems that can use, not always have to be in my lesson, but also the skills they know how to self-learning, self-correction into their daily life so they can still keep improving and learning new things. So the last part of this video, my journey to yours. Sharing my vulnerability is my way of empowering your transformation. I'm not sharing this story for you to pity for me. I'm sharing this is because I want to let you know that you are not alone. At least now, I know a little bit more about myself every single day. Not perfect, but I found my way to improve little by little. So if you have been watching this full video and you feel like you are struggling with your career and your life, I highly recommend to take the first step to take the Gallup CliftonStrengths assessment to know more about yourself. If you enjoyed this video and you want to know more about how to navigate your life using your strength, you should follow my channel for more content. and join my community letter in the description below. Let's grow together. See you next time. Bye.